Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another video for you guys. Today, I'm giving you guys my thoughts and my review on Bumblebee, directed by Travis Knight, starring Haley Steinfeld and John Cena. Basically, give you guys my thoughts on this movie. This is the final review for the Transformers franchise, the live-action Transformers franchise. I'm not going to get into the animated stuff. I'm just going to review all the live-action. I've reviewed all the live-action movies so far leading up to this movie because we got Transformers Rise of the Beast coming out, and I'm really excited for it. We haven't seen another trailer, which I'm kind of confused on because at this point we probably wouldn't have gotten we would have gotten another trailer, but we haven't got anything yet. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about the movie. I'm actually pretty excited for it. So I wanted to review all these movies, and now I'm down to the last one, that is Bumblebee. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, please subscribe for more, and let's get into this review, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. Like I said, this is Bumblebee, directed by Travis Knight, and it's crazy how we've gotten to this point in the Transformers franchise. Because of course, you guys already know the last Knight came out, and then it didn't do that well as the previous one. It actually did less than Age of Extinction, is because people finally figured out what to do. Don't go see these movies in theaters, and they won't keep making the same trash they've been making for, as much as they have. And I guess Paramount and Hasbro finally noticed that, oh yeah, these movies aren't very well. Michael Bay was, I think at this point, he was done making these movies, which he said that a couple times. So I was actually kind of surprised that he didn't come back to make another movie, because he was obviously making a lot of money from them. But I think he finally put out the fire. So I was done. He's done making these movies, which is a good thing, because we got a newcomer in, Travis Knight, coming in to direct this movie, and right off the bat, it's a breath of fresh air. And this movie is only focusing on one of the Autobots, and of course that is Bumblebee. And they kind of bring it back. The kind of like how the first movie was, with the first Transformers movie, was about one character dealing with the discovery of an Autobot, of a Transformers. And of course that is Haley Steinfeld. She is kind of a teenager, becoming a young adult, dealing with a lot of traumas in her life. She's lost her dad. She feels like an outsider. Obviously, like what all teenagers feel like at this point of their lives. And she's just, she's tired. She wants to, experience new things. And the one thing she wants is a car. And she stumbled upon Bumblebee. And she really feels good about the car, whatever, and she finally gets it, and then she brings it home, and it's revealed that it's an Autobot. And I love these type of stories. It reminds me obviously of like E.T. or even like the Iron Giant. I've seen a lot of Iron Giant in this movie, which Warner Brothers, why haven't you guys announced a TV series or at least a live action Iron Giant? I would take it. But getting back to this movie, I do love the chemistry between Haley Steinfeld's character and Bumblebee. I think they really work well off each other. Haley Steinfeld's really good in this movie. She really is. She brings a certain emotion that I didn't expect to get from her in this type of movie. Obviously, it's a movie called Bumblebee, but she brings a lot of good emotion. Obviously dealing with her past and trying to basically move on. And that's what the one point of this movie is, that it's about moving on and accepting the way things are. And she goes through an arc with that as well, and I really do enjoy that. Let's go ahead and get into the direction. Like I said, we have Travis Knight coming in directing this movie, and I think he did a really swell job with the direction. I love the way he shot this movie. This movie takes place in the 80s, and he really does have that 80s aesthetic. He does capture the 80s very well in this movie. Obviously with the hairstyles and the TV ads and stuff like that, it's all over the place. But I think he captured the time period very well. Like I said, I love that. I love the way it's shot. He goes with the 185 ratio besides the 235 ratio, which is okay. Like I said, it makes everything feel more up close and like really on the screen. I love the look of the Autobots. Particular, obviously, we had Optimus Prime shows up in the beginning of the movie. All that stuff on Cybertron looks fucking awesome. I love the opening of this movie with Cybertron and Bumblebee landing on Earth. That entire sequence, the entire opening of this movie is awesome. It's pretty good. I was watching it today and I'm like, wow, why is this opening so fire? Like, goodness gracious. We got, like, obviously we got, them leaving Cybertron and Bumblebee crashing the Earth and being outran, trying to, run away from John Cena's character, which, of course, with all these movies, we gotta have some military connection in, because obviously, that's the way the world works. The military stuff is okay. We got one character, I can't think of the actor's name right off the top of my head, but he's been in a lot of stuff. He's like the scientist guy, and he wants to learn all about the Autobots and stuff like that, and he wants to learn all about the Transformers, and of course it turns out to be not a good thing to learn about these things. And he's kind of a little irritating character. I thought John Cena was fine in the movie. He's the typical jarhead, military guy. I love that they brought back Sector 7. I thought that was hilarious. But all that stuff, the military subplot stuff, was okay. Like I said, obviously the best parts of this movie is the scenes between Charlie and Bumblebee, and even like this little side friend that's trying to like talk to her the whole time about the movie. He gets introduced. I thought he was fine in the movie too. He was kind of, he was more along for the ride throughout the entire movie, and I did enjoy what he brought into the movie. Like I said, those are the best scenes. The best scenes is between Charlie and Bumblebee. I really love their chemistry. The fact that he's like, she's fixing him up and making a better car. I do like all that stuff as well. My one little nitpick though is like, why do we have to keep doing the radio thing? Like, why can't Bumblebee? I love that Bumblebee was able to talk in the beginning of the movie, and of course he loses that effect in the middle of this movie. But why can't they have Bumblebee just talk? Like, goodness gracious, I want to have the talking radio gimmick is cool, but like, bro, we've been dealing with this thing for 5 movies, bro. Come on, fix his damn voice box. Allow him to talk. And I know that's probably his thing, but come on, let's move away for that. We're done with that. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on, which I think is important, is for the people that have watched the first 5 movies and then they go into this, it's a lot of confusion whether or not this movie is connected to Transformers or it's a reboot / basically a start over point for Transformers. And it's funny, by the way the movie ends with what Bumblebee transforms into, you can technically watch this movie and you could start with the Transformers movies, but also with Rise of the Beast coming out, it's like maybe you don't need to watch it. This is the start of the new Transformers lore or whatever. Obviously we get going into Beast Wars, so this might be a totally different thing. Obviously Optimus looks different, and Bumblebee even looks a little different too. So, and how I look at it, this is a start of something new. Like, Bumblebee is not connected to Transformers. I think the first 5 movies is their own continuity, and then now Bumblebee is restarting the new continuity for Transformers, which I think is a good thing, because we have the Michael Bay stuff, and now we're starting with something new. Overall, I really do like this movie. It's definitely one of the best ones in the franchise for sure. I love Haley Steinfeld in this movie. I think she's really good. I love the chemistry between Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld's character. I think the action is really, really spot on. I love the way the action sequences are shot. You can see everything on camera. They do a lot of different techniques with the Autobots and Decepticons fighting. I think the two Decepticons that's hunting Bumblebee, they're fine. They're not very standoutish when it comes to Decepticon villains. I thought they were fine in the movie. Pretty forgettable. I can't even remember what their names are. But it's more of a threat just so Bumblebee can fight something to get a cool action sequence, which is okay. Like I said, I think the action is pretty spot on though, for sure. Like I said, overall, I really did enjoy this movie. Do I recommend it? Yes, I definitely recommend it. I think they really did a good job with the Transformers lore, especially with the opening of Cybertron. Cybertron actually looks like a place where things live. Because like I said, I did like the way Cybertron looked at a point in Dark of the Moon. We got the opening sequence there, but I think this Cybertron looks way better than that Cybertron in Dark of the Moon, hands down. Yeah, so I'm like I said, I do recommend this movie. If you guys have not seen it, definitely check it out. And like I said, I would watch this movie as something new. It's not connected to the Transformers movies. You know, this is open mind that this is not connected. So yeah, if you guys have seen Bumblebee, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. And I'm done. This is the last Transformers review I am doing. Now I'm moving on to Mission Impossible. I got to watch all the Mission Impossible movies and give you guys my thoughts and my review for that one, because obviously we got Dead Reckoning Part 1 coming out soon. So I'm trying to get out all these reviews before the newest movies come out. So hope you guys are ready for that. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. And I'm on this one, you guys. Peace out.